All right, guys. Today, I'll be addressing some of the concerns raised on the comment section. One of them is the challenges that we raised on the comment section. I'll be addressing one of them and has so many answers, and I will be giving you guys 5 answers regarding the question raised on the comment section. So, guys, stay tuned, and you'll see the questions popping on, and I'll be answering them one after the other. Thank you. Okay, fluctuation in price is quite very broad because as a private companies, you cannot tell them because they are not under anybody's control. There is no policy that controls them. They are in business for profit. So for them to control that price is determined by themselves and no any other body that is controlling that price. So for you to make that kind of as a businessman, for you to make profit in such business, and like the steel business or the scrap business, you have to be very conversant with the price. You have to be consistent with the companies, and you have to make sure you know when they are to increase, and you have to know your peak period and off peak period, because most time in the steel industry, when we make money is the dry season, which is what we are about to enter at the October, November, December, January, February. These are the times you make money in the steel industry. These are the peak period. Because like a foreign investor who invested so much in the country and in a company rather, and wants to make profit, he buys at a very high cost, imports at a very high cost, pays power at a very high cost, pay workers at a very high cost. You cannot control such market. That is why we are appealing to government to intervene, to have some policy that can guide and protect the industry and protect the Nigerians at large, so that governments we should tell the trade union or whatever industry, whatever agency that supersedes the control of price, to make sure that they will be able to control the price for the benefit of the masses at large. Thank you, guys. Wow, environmental concern is a very big issue, and might interest you to know that few years back, you can travel from Lagos to Ibadan. You see so many trucks, so many cars that had accidents on the road. For every advantage, there is always a disadvantage. You understand? We are not praying for accidents. We are not praying for people to have an accident, but there's an advantage to it. Because one of the advantages is that there's no way your truck get damaged right now. You can just lose totally. You can as well make profit from it. You can as well recycle it and sell it and make profit from it. And it goes to the soil because there's no much hazard to the soil. You understand? So they remove it. As you know, iron is very dangerous to the soil, and as you know, the moment your iron start melting and start staying long on a particular place, nothing can grow from that environment because of the chemical composition. So by the time they start removing them, you see that everything is going well. So it's an advantage to the government and to the soil at large, but it's also a disadvantage for someone who lost his or her asset, maybe by car accident or by damage, or whichever way your car is damaged, or your truck is damaged, or your caterpillar is damaged. So it becomes a disadvantage to you, but an advantage to the steel industry. Thank you. Global competition is something that I don't want to speak too much deep in it, because we are not at that level yet. We are still Nigeria is still a growing economy. And with the way things are going, and with the way the kind of policies our government has releasing to the private sectors, and the freedom that we are not getting, the power, energy, is really affecting us, because most of these global industries have turned into technology. The technology have gone wide. They are now automatic. We are still manual. We are still analog. Most companies still deal on the analog. They are not automatic, because there's difference between automatic and manual. So when you are dealing on automatic, if where you are supposed to produce maybe 100 tons a day, if you are using analog, maybe you approximately 10 tons or 20 tons you can easily produce. So the faster, the timing and everything, and the lights, the energy is very important. Let's not forget that fact. The energy is very important. So for us to meet up with that global standard, our government need to really do a lot so that our foreign investors can enjoy what they produce and make good profits. Labor and skills is something that if our companies like the Ajakuta my friends talked about, and I also know, do you know the number of laborers that you can employ, direct and indirect? We have over how many thousands of labor, direct and indirect. Even on the steel industry that I am today, that I know well so much about, I know the direct employment and indirect employment that they have is so large to the extent that over 1 million people are benefiting from the steel industry as of today in Nigeria, whether direct or indirect. So the skills aspect is that when they bring you in and as an employee, as an employer, they train you, they tell you the do's and the don'ts of the steel industry. You know how to use your equipment, you know how to use your magnets, your excavator, your machine, your electrical tools. You know how to use them very well. So they will train you freely. See, in fact, we should be very happy the Chinese and the Indians are in this country, because I know a lot of people who don't know how to operate ordinary machine, but through the companies that they are in this country, they cannot operate and go outside and use their expert and work in a different field. You understand? So the skill aspect is very, very good, but the labor aspect is what government need to do more about, because this contract of a thing has to stop. Because being a contractor, you have to start paying peanut to our Nigerians, and at the end of the day, you collect large sum from the expatriate, from the companies, and you pay peanut. It's something that government really need to look into. Technology advancement. I think I've spoken about technology advancement because we have not gotten to that stage. Remember, there's difference between manual and automatic, like I said before. In the technology industry, we learn, we grow, we upgrade every day. There's far back in 2014, there's what we call in the steel industry where I work, you cannot even offload cast. There's what we call cast in the steel industry. I don't know if you know very well, you signify on the comment section. There's what we call cast. If you offload any cast, company will even throw you out. But these days they have what we call EOD. So EOD they now brought EOD into the system. It's part of the technology. They brought EOD. They brought other chemicals like percoke, silicon manganese, ferrosilicon manganese, and other chemicals they use to reduce the carbon. You understand? These are chemicals now, new technology they use in producing iron rod, producing rebars. Guys, I think